Hi friends, welcome to Eat Smart, Stay Sharp, where I break down exactly what to eat to help your brain to have a healthy lifespan, stronger, sharper, and live a full life in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. I am Dr. Cheryl Russell, and I not only talk about the science behind eating smart and staying sharp, but I also show you exactly what I'm eating in my own kitchen because this isn't theoretical for me. This is a way of life. Because if you don't know me, I've had a dad who had a triple bypass at the age of 56, which is my age at this point of this recording. And my mother's mom had Alzheimer's diagnosis at the age in her early 60s. So for me, this is not just making a life change. This is extending my life and living it the best I can. And my thought was, why not share this with other people who are going through the same thing? In today's episode, I'm making sourdough crackers. And this is using the discard from sourdough starter. Something that if you're making starter, you already have in your kitchen. Now, I do want to confess that not only am I late to the sourdough starter game, I am very new. So as I'm going through this process, I am learning as I am teaching you. So if you're familiar with sourdough starter and making sourdough bread, you know that you have to feed your sourdough starter and you discard some of it. So what we're going to do today is take that discard, which is full of wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria that has been fermenting for days. This is the best thing that you can have for your gut health than anything that you can buy in the store. So knowing the science and the research behind everything that I do is very important for me and the foundation of what I tell you. I want to make sure that it's all grounded in research because it's important to me that it is accurate information. Fermentation changes the structure of the grain. Wild yeast and lactic acid bacteria, they're your superheroes in the fermentation process that break down gluten and phytic acid in the flour. So when you buy a loaf of bread from the store and it is made industrially, it is made to rise in 2 hours. When you're fermenting something, it takes 12 hours usually to have it ferment. And what that is doing is breaking down that gluten and phytic acid so that your body can absorb more of the nutrients in the food you're eating. So it's much, much better for you. So that's number one. Number two, which I really did not know this, and it's interesting, is that your gut and your brain constantly talk to each other. So 90% of your serotonin, which is your mood, affects your mood, is found in your gut. And so think about it. If you have inflammation in your gut lining, that is directly going to affect your mood and your brain. So knowing that fermented foods help with inflammation, they decrease inflammation, this is so important. It's not just your hormones. This is your gut and telling you something. This is actually a distress signal that your body is telling you. And I really didn't make that connection until I really started digging into this research. That is why when you eat more fermented foods, you feel fuller. You don't get that after you eat meal, how you're tired, and you're not as bloated. So it's amazing what it can do for your body. Number three is that essentially discard, sourdough discard, is a probiotic and prebiotic in a jar. When you make foods with it, it creates healthy microbiomes in your body. There was a 2021 Stanford study saying that people who have a higher fermented diet actually show a less decline of their cognitive abilities. So being of women over the age of 45, we know that inflammation is the root driver for cognitive decline. So this is essential to us. We understand if we want to protect our cognitive decline and protect from getting Alzheimer's disease, then we need to increase our fermented foods in our body. Now, if this information is interesting to you and you would like to see more about your eating smart and staying sharp, please subscribe to the channel because I'll be doing a whole series on this. Next week, we'll be talking about how to make sourdough bread, and I'll be showing you that process. But stay with us because there'll be a whole playlist on eating smart and staying sharp. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of discard, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and we can make crackers. So let's do that. This is discard that I had in the refrigerator. Once you feed it, then you have discard that you can throw away. Do not put it down your pipes, and you can use it. You can make all different kinds of stuff. This is the one that has been in the refrigerator, and you don't really see any bubbles, but it is usable. The smell is tangy like it should be, so that's good. We're gonna take a rubber spatula. I hate throwing anything away, so it's nice to be able to use it all. Looks like it's just enough. So you can tell it's discard because it's not bubbly. So 1 cup of starter, of discard starter. We're gonna do a half a teaspoon of salt and then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You can use butter. Some recipes call for butter if you prefer that. I'm just trying not to use butter. And the thinner your crackers are, the crispier. I'm going to turn on the oven to 325. At this stage, when you have everything mixed together, you can put in all different kinds of herbs. You can even put in Parmesan cheese or some type of cheese. So I'm going to see what I have in the pantry. Okay, I'm going to do like an Italian herb and some leftover Parmesan cheese. Might as well use this whole thing. This made it too thick, which it looks like it did because of the cheese. I'm just going to add a little bit of filtered water, just so I can get it there. Okay. Okay, let's pour it on to here and see what that looks like. So this is what your crackers look like. Get as much out as you can. See how I'm taking it and I'm going all the way around the edges. Just remember, you don't want a whole lot of starter to go down your pipes. Okay, once you get this, really try and make it very thin. So you can kind of almost see it translucent. I have coarse salts. The other thing that's recommended to do is just put some lime, just kind of resembles some kind of cracker. This might be way too thick. We'll just have to see what it looks like. We've made these crackers and we set the oven for 325 and it says about 20 to 25 minutes. I made it very thin, so I'm gonna check it at 10 and then we'll let you see it when we come back. These look good. Come look. So this is after 12 minutes. It's still kind of chewy right there, so I'm gonna leave it in a little bit more. I will leave it in for 5 more minutes. Okay, I'm about to take it out. We're gonna see what it looks like. This has been 17 minutes. It looks good. I mean, we're breaking it apart. That's what it should look like, but it's still not crispy enough. So I'm gonna leave it in another 5 minutes. Okay, 21 minutes, I think. 27, I can't remember. They are getting very brown. I think I'm gonna stop here, and as soon as they cool a little bit, try and break it and see what happens. Yes, now that's a good break. Why don't I do this? Let me get a plate, put some of them on there. The ones that look like they're breaking easy, which are the ones on the edge. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about them breaking. Okay, here are the crackers that we pulled. See how this breaks like a cracker? And when I go to these over here, it's still like there's some little gooey, it just doesn't break really well. So I'm gonna put these in for 5 more minutes. These are the ones that were in the center. Okay, let's see, it worked. One more time. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, this is gonna be the last time. We're gonna do it one more time. Wish us luck. I'm gonna stop it there. Now we have beautiful sourdough crackers that are gonna be good for you and your gut health. I really do love these crackers. I love sourdough bread. It's a pain in the ass to make. Very good. So if you've been bloated, foggy, tired, this is your body telling you that, hey, something's going wrong. So you have an inflamed gut of some sort. And to increase your fermented foods within your diet are going to help diminish those symptoms. Whenever I talk to people about diet, I never say like to change everything all at once because it never sticks. So I would recommend and suggest just trying one food at a time. So if you're in the process of making sourdough bread, you know, now that you've got that under your belt, use that starter, that discard starter, and make something else. There's many recipes that we'll be exploring to make with sourdough discard. This episode is key number 4, which is eat smart, in part of the Vitality Code. And eating smart is never about restrictions. It's actually about information. So the more that you know about how to eat and how to make an extended healthy lifespan, that's what I want you to get out of this. Because what we both eat, it either builds our brain every day or slowly declines it. And that's with every meal and every food that we put on our plate. So that is a wrap from today's Eat Smart, Stay Sharp episode. And what I really want you to get out of this episode is that discard starter is not trash. You can use it for other things. It's very beneficial to your health, for your gut, for your mood. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to come back next time as we'll be to discuss sourdough bread and how we will be making that. Turning sourdough discard into crackers is the easiest recipe that you can do using sourdough discard. So don't discard your discard. See you next time.